Hey, Attorney Zach Bailey with the Marc Lopez Law Firm to talk a little bit about what to expect now that you've already been arrested for an OVWI charge. So the case happened, you're pulled over, the police came to the scene of a crash, and in some way the police were involved, they determined they had probable cause, and they arrested you for an OVWI charge. Hopefully at this point you've already been released from custody, and you're wondering what is coming next in this case. Now the state can file charges immediately if they want to, and they might if a breath test was done and they know the results of that test right away. They can also wait a little bit if they did a blood draw. If maybe you refused the chemical test and they had to get a warrant for your blood, or if they just decided a blood draw was going to be easier for them and they took you to the hospital to draw your blood. They can wait up to 2 years for a misdemeanor and even longer than that for a felony to file those charges. So it typically doesn't take that long, but while we're waiting for the blood, it's possible that they hold off on filing the charges. Once those charges are filed, you'll have an initial hearing. Now, if you call us early enough, it's possible we can get that initial hearing waived and save you a trip to court. But at that initial hearing, what they do is they go over the charges you're facing and the possible punishment for those charges. For a C misdemeanor OVWI charge, that's anywhere up to 60 days in jail. For an A misdemeanor OVWI charge, that's up to 1 year in jail. And for a level 6 felony OVWI charge, if you have a prior conviction within 7 years or there was a child in the car, that can be up to 2.5 years of jail. Those are the maximum punishments. There are some other issues that may come up based on criminal history and stuff like that, but those are the main OVWI charges that we see. So they'll go over the sentencing range with you, the charges you're facing, the rights that you have as the case goes on, and we can go over all those with you as well to make sure you have a full understanding of the rights that you have while the case is pending. After that initial hearing, they're going to set the case for a series of pretrial conferences. At those pretrial conferences, it's kind of our chance to speak with the prosecutor and update the court on how everything is going with the case. Maybe we're waiting on those blood results, maybe we're waiting on body cam or dash cam or something, but we let the court know if there's any discovery or evidence outstanding and how long we think it might take for that to happen. Now, after the case progresses for a little bit, after a series of those pretrial conferences, the court is eventually going to want to know how are we going to proceed with this case. Is it going to be set for a trial? Is it going to be set for a change of plea hearing? And that's completely up to you. We will present you with the best options we possibly can. Part of our job is to make sure you have a plea offer to consider. That doesn't mean we're telling you you have to take a plea, but it means we're giving you that option so you know what the known outcome of the case could be. We're also going to be preparing the case as if it's going to trial so you know what the chances might be, how that looks, and we'll go over what typically happens in that courtroom and how that judge usually is, how those prosecutors usually are, to give you a full understanding of the options that you have and what's going to be in your best interest. Again, that's your decision to make, but we're going to provide you input and sort of counsel you through it to make the best decision for you. And a lot of people ask, how long is this case going to take? We can guide you through that because it's going to depend on a case-by-case basis. Part of it depends on your criminal history, part of it depends on what evidence we're waiting on, and part of it just depends on the court's calendar and the courtroom that you're in, whichever county you're in, whichever court you're in within that county. Each one sort of has their own different procedures, and different cases will take different lengths of time based on that. So those are all questions we can answer for you on kind of what to expect for the next steps for your OVWI charge. So if you're facing an OVWI charge and wondering, what can I expect, that's sort of the basic outline of it, but give us a call. We can give you a lot more detail about your specific case and what we think may happen with it. So give us a call, 317-632-3642. Remember, always plead the fifth.